Hey there guys, alright, today we are returning to Simple History. Been a while since we've watched him. This time, how long did a person stay alive after being guillotined? Vive la France Revolution. I fucking butchered that. Long live the French Revolution, am I right? I'm not gonna try the French after butchering it the first time. Anyways, before we get into the video, make sure you go check out the links down below in my description box or in my pinned comment in the comments section. There I have a link to my Twitch channel where I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays from 6 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time to 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time. Love to have you guys come on over and hang out in the streams. Next is the gaming channel link. That is where I'm just uploading old stream VODs up to here on YouTube. Obviously, I'm not going to upload them to this channel because that would ruin my channel analytics. Even though YouTube's already still just deciding to kill this channel and not promote it and recommend it at all. Anyways, that's a rant for a different day. Let's go ahead and dive into the video. When's his eyes gonna pop? There it is.
How long did a person's head stay alive after being guillotined?
Wasn't it like just 10 seconds or something?
Beheading as a form of execution has been around for centuries. By 1792, during the time of the French Revolution, it had become a highly efficient and quick form of execution in the shape of the now famous guillotine. King Louis XVI himself signed the bill that made the guillotine the official method of execution. The guillotine was a tall wooden structure first used in revolutionary France for beheading someone using a heavy, slanted blade that suddenly dropped down a set of vertical grooves. It would usually chop the condemned person's head off in one clean action, whereupon the severed head would unceremoniously drop into a basket below. Dr. Joseph Ignace Guillotine, who it was named after, claimed that the guillotine made execution as painless as possible. However, later on the device was also known as Madame la Guillotine, La Dame, the Lady, La Veuve, the Widow, Le Rasoir National, the National Razor, and Louisette. But was the execution by it truly painless? There is a famous story about the execution of Charlotte Corday by the guillotine in 1793 during the French Revolution.
During the Reign of Terror.
Just after she had been beheaded, a member of the crowd leapt forward and slapped poor Charlotte across the face to see if she was still conscious. It's reported that her face then blushed at the indignity of being slapped. There are even stories of how heads blinked after being guillotined. Antoine Levassiere was a French scientist at the height of the French Revolution in 1794. He was condemned to death during the Reign of Terror and supposedly agreed to blink after his head was guillotined as one last experiment for science. His servants noted that Levassiere blinked up to 15 seconds after the execution.
15 fucking seconds?
Though there are many stories like this claiming that lucid decapitation or consciousness exists momentarily after beheading, and though these stories are based on real people and real events, they are most likely exaggerations or anecdotes that have become embellished over time by countless retellings.
I mean, of course, you know, you get your head chopped off, you're not going to have blood for long. But if you have oxygenated blood to the brain, technically, I think your brain would still be functioning, right? For however long that your blood remains flowing. Oh. Man. Maybe 2 seconds after you get your head chopped off? I don't know.
However, it's often been wondered by scientists how long the head keeps on functioning after it's been guillotined from the body. One of the chief reasons for the introduction of the guillotine was that it was deemed to be very humane. But some factions in the medical community were seriously questioning this. Dr. Samuel Thomas Sommering theorized that in fact a decapitated head could continue to live and feel for up to a full 15 minutes after being guillotined, and therefore the suffering was worse than death by hanging. But Dr. Jean Célideau, a leading pioneer of modern-day medicine at the time, counter-argued that the difference
I like that distinction of at the time
between killing a person or a butcher killing an animal,
because obviously their methods back then would not be I guess, deemed ethical today.
Animal by severing its head resulted in the same effect, immediate death and total end of life. Others, such as Pierre-Jean-Georges Cabanis, argued that victims did not suffer once guillotined because the nape of the neck is where death can be caused instantly in people and animals. The twitches in the severed heads were, in his opinion, purely mechanical muscle movements without consciousness. There has been many well-documented cases of animals like chickens, cockroaches, frogs, snakes, and praying mantises surviving for a long period of time after they've been decapitated.
Snakes are just built different, dude.
For example, there are many accounts and videos of rattlesnakes that have been beheaded and still have been able to bite people with their head. Because the guillotine was used in France all the way up until 1977, there has been scientific research carried out using more advanced methodology on actual guillotined human heads. It has been widely reported that sometimes you will see some eye and mouth movements from a guillotined head, but today scientists are mostly convinced that this is just involuntary reflex actions that linger on in the aftermath. But still doubt and conflicting reports linger about this whole issue. One of the most compelling accounts of consciousness being said to still exist for a significant amount of time after being guillotined was in 1905. Henri Languille was executed by the device in Orleans, France. Dr. Gabriel Boriot observed that the decapitated head was still twitching, and when he called out the man's name, his eyes looked upwards and stared directly at the doctor. It was claimed that this lasted for between 25 to 30 seconds. Though later, in 1939, the Journal of the American Medical Association thought Boriot was exaggerating his account of what happened, as other witnesses that had been present at the execution said life only seemed to last for a maximum of 10 seconds, and that the man's reactions were less pronounced. Today, scientists agree that once the victim is guillotined, the separated head and the body dies from a combination of things: shock, blood loss.
Okay, shock. Yeah, you know what? Shock. Yeah, that makes
loss of blood pressure, and anoxia, which is the total depletion of the level of oxygen within the body. The separated body, as such, lives for about another 60 seconds until the heart finally stops beating. As for the decapitated head, scientists say that it can technically have enough oxygen stored for metabolism to continue for about 7 seconds. Though parts of the body may live on for a very short time after being guillotined, the catastrophic effect of being decapitated means that any consciousness would be extinguished almost instantly.
okay.
So for about 2 to 3 seconds, the brain may still be functioning, but any intelligence would be in a fixed, unresponsive, comatose state, unaware of anything. But there has still not been conclusively proven evidence one way or another if consciousness really remains significantly after decapitation. Maybe in time we'll find out what really happens in those short moments before life is extinguished.
Okay. Gonna stare at the hedge.
Hello, Simple History fan.
Okay. That was how long did a person stay alive after being guillotined by Simple History. This was pretty good. I like Simple History. They're nice, short nuggets of history, and they do a good job of, you know, simplifying it. Obviously, like, you know, they do simplify it, so it's obviously, in this case, simplification is fine because it's just a simple question of how long did a person stay alive after being guillotined. Not really a historical topic, aside from the guillotine being a historical object, whatever, blah blah blah, in the French Revolution, blah blah blah. But you know, there are other videos and stuff. Simplify it. I think it's okay. I think simplifying history is okay, as long as it's not like simplifying it to the point of where you are misleading. And Simple History has, from the videos I've watched of theirs, they've not done that. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.